Am I audible? Am I audible? Hello.
A very warm good morning to all of you present here, our respected guests, principal sir, professors, my juniors and my seniors. Steve Jobs rightfully said, half of what separates successful entrepreneur from the non-successful ones is pure perseverance. Under the innovation cell of our institute, today we have gathered here virtually to hear out such a perseverant startup story by our very own platform to Pankaj sir for welcoming our guest. Sir, your mic is off, Pankaj sir.
Ah, yes. Now, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. Yes. First of all, on behalf of our college, ISC, Cell College of our college, uh, and being the president of this ISC, I welcome our ex-student, Mr. Pranit Singh,
Thank you.
and for all the students, it must be a very wonderful thing that they are one of the seniors who is, instead of being just a simple employee anywhere, he is employing a number of students, password students like you. So I think this is going to be very motivational session for all our students, and Mr. Praneeth will be narrating his story of success of his entrepreneur. So I I urge all the students to be attentive to his speech. So Mr. Praneeth, welcome and please carry on.
Thank you, sir. Thank
Okay,
you for the introduction, sir.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
First of all, I want to thank Dr. B.K. Rewa, sir, for organizing this session, and the faculty coordinators who have been involved in this process, as well as the RACPDIA team who've been seamlessly, trying everything from the back end, and they have been organizing this. So I think we should start at this point of time. I think we have around 40 minutes, so I will divide the session into two parts. I think we have 1 hour, right?
Yes,
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 sir.
yes.
Okay, so in the first 40 minutes, I will be presenting my session, and the last 20 minutes, I will offer it for QA session. Okay, so I think we should start, right? Okay,
Okay.
just so is my screen is visible?
Yes, you are quite audible and uh, quite visible. You please carry on.
Okay. I want to know is the screen is presentable to all of you?
No, sir, the screen is not shared.
Okay.
Okay, for all the students, yes, please, students, you tell us whether you can hear and see or not properly.
Just a second.
ये सब स्टूडेंट्स को पिक्चर दिख रही है कि नहीं? अब सब लोगों को पेनी सर दिख रहा है कि नहीं तुम लोगों को? आवाज आ रही सबकी? हेलो?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Now
स्टूडेंट्स
it's
को आ रही ना?
visible.
हाँ हाँ. So, okay, Pradeep, you may start, please.
sure. The slide is visible
हाँ.
to all of you.
Yes, sir. The screen is shared now.
Okay. So to start with, I will introduce that how I started and what pushed me to get into Samak.com. So in 2015, I started this venture. Uh, it's basically a hyper local company, or you can call it as a home services company, which we started it in 2015. Before that, like starting it, I just have explored few things in different IITs and premier institutes. So the experiences that I've got there and the exposure that I've got. After that, I in around 2014 in the 7th or 8th semester decided to have my own startup. So in the 8th semester, I started started having doing some research on it, what it is and how I can start. And September 2015, we started developing the website for Samak.com, and in October we started the operations. So basically, Samak.com is an home services company where we are offering all kind of home services like from electrician, plumbing, carpentry to refrigerator repair, AC repair, all kind of services in multiple cities, and you can access all the services from the website as well as from the app. Okay, so what we offer is, and the process that we follow is that you can go to the app or the website, and from there you can select one of the services. You can make an online booking. We have some service partners we have allotted and we have partnered with them, so they will be officially appointed for your service. They will going to come up to your home as per the requirements that you have, and then they will going to solve that problem and take, you can pay the amount in cash as well as you can pay the amount online if you want to. It depends purely on the customer whether he want to pay online or in cash to the service partner, or whatever the mode he can choose. And after the service gets completed, you will get an invoice on your app, as well as on the email. After the bill that you will get, it will be an online invoice that you will receive. And in case you have any problems within the 30 days, you can directly call to the customer team and they will resolve the problem. And after 30 days the transaction will get over. So this is what the process is. You will book the services and then we will take the end-to-end operations till that point. Your services get completed and you get the final invoicing. Okay, and with that we also offer 30 days of service warranty on each kind of services that we offer. Okay, so this is what the thing is. So when I started, I was not aware that how it is going to be. So generally, whenever any entrepreneur gets started, what happens is that it seems very straight to all of you that okay, I will do this and this, and okay, I will have some certain amount of funds. I will I have technology and I will acquire customers and get things done. But this is not when you step into the real world, this is not going to happen because thinking and planning is something different, and when you execute things in real life it is a bit different thing. So that this is what happens in a startup is that when you start with a high enthusiasm and passion, but what happens is that when you start understanding the market and the real understanding of the market, then you will find ups and downs and you need experimentations and lot of things where you have to understand the market and then twist your startup and you have to make your startup as per what the situation needs. So you need to continuously what you can mold your startup with time. Okay, so this is what happens. You can see in the graph that there are always ups and downs. Okay, sometimes you will be with a high passion, you're going at a very high speed, then you will see a low phase. Okay, so that is what happens in a startup when you will going to start. So how we expanded. So what happens is that just after starting, I thought of I don't have a single idea that how I'm going to start. So I started with a very small city called Jabalpur. So I thought of at least get an idea for at around 6 months. So to understand what the market size is, how to acquire customers and service partners, how to bring them on board, and to kick off the venture. And it will also take some time to to get the site started working. So I thought of starting it very small, and with time I will experiment and learn and then think of expanding to other cities. So for the first 6 to 8 months I started operating in Jabalpur and understand the marketing insights that are needed to run the venture. Did some marketing offline and online, and also I started exploring things that how I can, what are the possibilities that are available to me if I wanted to explore to other cities. Okay, so for the 6 months I did that and started exploring things. So I just come around social media marketing at that point of time in 20, I think in early 2016. So I thought of, let's check it out, what it is. So I started advertising my services on Facebook initially, and then to city like Kanpur. So I started exploring that, and through internet I introduced my services to local service partners. I put them on board in Kanpur with around 10 to 15 service partners in different services. And from social media marketing, from Facebook marketing, we expanded to Kanpur. So what we do is that you must have seen in your Facebook account, when you scroll down, a lot of ads used to come up. Okay, so these are the ads that are basically used for advertising by different set of companies. So what they do is that they pick certain set of customers, the kind of customers that they need for the startup, and then they target as per their location. So we are doing the same thing. So we did the same thing in Kanpur, and we were really surprised to see that the acquiring cost was very very low for Facebook marketing, and we got the thing that we wanted at that point of time. So we started it in Kanpur and started offering our services through these digital platforms. So the kind of customers that we are acquiring were very high ticketing clients were there. So we started getting a very good traction and traffic on the website. So once we started getting traffic on the website, it was time to switch to a new city. And within the 6 months after understanding the concepts in Kanpur and scaling up to Kanpur, I decided to launch it in Lucknow in the next 6 months. So we were in by the end of 2016 and early 2017, we were in three cities. So Jabalpur, Kanpur, and Lucknow are the cities that we were in. And for the next 1.5 year, I operated it in these three cities: Jabalpur, Kanpur, and Lucknow. So I understand the dynamics involved in that. Okay, so what kind of possibilities are there? How to acquire customers, their behaviors, their purchasing power, all these kind of things. So how to retain the service partners, because the service partners are a tricky thing here. Okay, because the service partners who we are onboarding, they have been doing work on their own as well. Okay, so we have to offer a monetary something good in terms of monetary, so that they can be stick to our platform, they should not leave. So that is also a challenging part for me to to handle them and to make them sure that they do not leave my platform and be stick to that. Because if they leave their platform, I will not going to have service partners for the website, and when customers reach out to me, I don't have anyone to who can serve them. So this was a tricky part, and also to understand customers behavior, because in India, suppose if you're in overseas countries, the economic, what you can see is that purchasing power of people is very high. No, they can purchase a lot of things. They have they have high monetary, like they have high earnings in US or European countries. But India, the purchasing power is very low. So you need to focus on high ticketing clients who can you can take services regularly from you. So that is also a challenging part, to identify those customers and then interacting with them and then get them on board, and then trying to make sure that they retain on your platform, they do not leave. So for 1.5 years we did it in Jabalpur, Lucknow, and Kanpur. And after that, around in 20 at the end of 2018, I thought of just started in some other cities as well, because things were going very well at that point of time. I thought of that I can expand it to other cities as well. So what we started developing the app as well, because initially we had a website only. So then we started developing the app so that users can easily access to our to the services that we are offering. And by the end of 2019 and I would say end of 2018 and start of 2019, we started it in Indore, Bhopal, and Noida. Okay, and some point of time I have served in Mumbai as well, but it was not a fully functional like thing that I have served in Mumbai. Yes, I have served in Mumbai, but for very few services, like very high ticketing services like painting and interior designing, but not full fledged services like electrician, plumbing, and carpentry, because handling operations at a metro city is a bit difficult, and something, it needs a lot of funds to maintain there. So I started it in Indore, Bhopal and Noida. Okay, so we started with all kind of services that we are offering in these previous three cities, Jabalpur, Kanpur and Lucknow. And what happens is that we had a very good we have high amount of traffic. We started getting high amount of traffic on the website after launching in these cities, especially Noida, because there was already a lot of consumers who are in the metro cities who wanted to access these kind of services, and we started getting a lot of tractions. So what happens is, in a startup, as I said, that in a startup what happens is that there is not a straight path always. There will always be ups and downs, and you need to figure out things that how you wanted to go ahead and figure out the possibilities in a startup, how to if you have a low time, how you have to come back and find other opportunities. So what happens is, so this is the graph of enthusiasm and lot of energy at point, and then you will start executing the ideas. Then you get into reality sets in, you understand the market, you find the reality. Okay, what's the reality is, because I said that when you will start something, it may feel very easy, but when you get into the market, you will get the reality that how things, when you execute, how things are really are. So then you create a minimum viable product, and then this graph comes where you low down and a lot of struggles comes in. Okay, so that's the thing that happens with us in at the end of 2019. The most you can say the beneficial thing which was for us was social media marketing, through which we were reaching a lot of customers in multiple cities. From Noida, Lucknow, Kanpur, we were easily reaching out to a lot of customers, and we were getting the traffic on the website. But what happens is, in 2019, Facebook announces that they are changing their algorithms for for the advertisements that they put on Facebook. Okay, so there will be some different set of algorithms, and that is where low point started. So what happens is that when they change the algorithms, we although we were putting ads on the website, on various social media websites, but what happening is that it was not reaching to the audience that it was reaching before. We have the acquiring cost gets high with acquiring each customers. It was not that low initial, as we were getting the same thing in 20 up to 2018, but in 2019 the ads were not reaching to the right kind of people, and we were burning a lot of cash, and we were not reaching to the right kind of audience. So we started experimenting. The third phase that you will see here is experimenting and pivoting. Okay, so we started experimenting and figuring out that what are the other options that we can go with to reach the audience that we were getting before. So we started Facebook marketing, and then we looked out to Instagram as well. Then we thought of let put it on YouTube or go through WhatsApp marketing, because at this point in 2016, what happens is when Jio launches its services, lot of internet penetration started getting. Okay, a lot of internet penetration was there, so we thought of started reaching out to through WhatsApp as well. So we started reaching out to WhatsApp. Okay, and by the end of 2019, this was happening at that point of time, and we were just experimenting to get the same kind of momentum that we had by the start of 2019. So what happens is this comes. Okay, so in 2019, at the 2019, we were experimenting with a lot of different advertising platforms, but nothing was working. And then at the start, COVID comes in. Okay, so in March, I think in February or March, we get the news that okay, it is now spreading in India as well, and a lot of businesses will go into shutdown. And we need to at least we can't, because nothing was in our hands at that point of time, and we have to figure it out in some way that what we can do at this point of time. So what happens is that up to March, because in March, what happens is in March to July, we have very high traffic on the website for summer season, because AC services, we also offer AC services, and there is a lot of demand for AC services in the summer season. Okay, but the summer season fully goes to COVID, and we had you can say a very minimum traction on the website. We don't have a very 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 minimum traffic on the website. So we thought of what to do. We don't have any options to do anything. So up to October, we you can call it, almost have zero traction on the website. Okay, up to October. Then we thought of, okay, we need to find something. Then we see that, okay, there are some disinfection services are offering to offices and website for COVID treatment. So people are treating their offices and homes for disinfection services to get treated for COVID. So we started offering, we shut down all the kind of services that we were offering at that point of time, because no one was allowing any of the service partner to their home. And the situation was not like that. So we started offering disinfection services in multiple cities, in all the cities where we were offering the kind of services. So we started offering that, and by the end of I think in October 20 or in November 2020, things were started gaining momentum, and businesses were told to, that they can get start right now. So businesses can start it in India. So we started our operations again, with all kind of services, plus the disinfection services we were offering in all the cities. But the second when the second wave come, it hits us very hard. Okay, because the transactions were very very low at that point of time, and we don't had any options. And again, the summer season have come up, last summer season have gone because of the COVID, and now the second wave have come up, and we were also not able to gain the momentum or stand up again to start. So what happens is, again in March or April, second wave comes up, and it was worse than before. So we again have to shut down the startups, and again focusing on disinfection services. Okay, so this is the path that happens in the startups, so that there will always be some kind of uncertainty will be there. So, and but you need to figure out the ways that you have to move forward, because you have seen that a lot of companies have shut down at that point of time. Um, but a lot of companies have come up with some innovative solutions. People, they started preparing what you can for all kind of different kind of services, like masks have been reproduced. Okay, masks have been created, and then you can say a lot of other disinfection. Dettol have introduced a disinfection liquid has been created. So they have come out with some different innovative solutions, so that they can serve the customers in some different ways. So this is what happens with us. So after the second wave gets over, we again started the operation, but we were not getting the kind of traction, because it was already 1.5 years passed down. And lot of service partners who were tied with us, they have left, or they have started something different, or they have been switched to some different professions. But still some service partners were there. So we had few options that were left for us, either to shut down or to pivot our startup. Okay, so we were in a stage that we were not getting the kind of traction or the traffic on the website. So we thought of what to do at this point of time. And then we decided to change our revenue model, change the way we were working before, and we pivot our revenue. We just turn around and thought of some different revenue models. So what we did is that now we, in the second phase of our company, what we were going to do is that we will be offering a listing platform on the website. We were initially, what we were offering is that we are offering end-to-end services, right from booking to till the time you are not getting satisfied with the services. We are offering that kind of service, and offering and also providing you an in online invoice and all that. So similar, so this is the thing that we are offering end-to-end services. But now what we are focusing on is to provide a listing platform. Like we will list the number of service providers, and start including, start adding new service providers within the city. And we will have a subscription basis, like the service partners, whoever will join with the company, they will have to be with us for a subscription basis. Either they can be annually subscribed, or they can go for a monthly subscription to to get the presence on our platform. So this is what we are doing as of now. So we thought of initially working with listing, and then when the number of service providers will increase, we will start when we get the momentum, then we will also start end-to-end operations that we were doing before. So we may be handling, the things are not clear as of now, but yes, we are doing as of now the listing. We are as of now you know um, organizing all kind of service partners on the platform through listing. And then if we think that the time has come to offer end-to-end services, then we will surely going to offer end-to-end services as well. Okay, so this is how things are. What this is what the startup is, that when you will surely going to get some point of time, you will feel very low, and you will have time where you may chins are down. So you need to figure out and innovate in such a way, so that you should not stop, or you should move ahead. So what happens is that you need to pivot the startup, and then innovate the startup in such a way, so that when these kind of times come, you can change, and your startup should be very lean and flexible, so that whenever some kind of hindrance comes, it should not break in between. It should be flexible, so that you can move it somewhere. Okay, so what happens, this is what I've shared with you, that this is what the mistakes that we did, is that we were too much dependent on Facebook marketing, that when it didn't start working, we don't have any other options to market ourselves, because other traditional way of marketing are very expensive, and we were too much focused on Facebook marketing, because the acquiring cost was very very low. So we were too much dependent on that, and we haven't figured out any other way of marketing, so that if in case Facebook marketing doesn't work out for us, we can switch up to some other kind of marketing. Okay, so when these times come, and we lose the momentum, and we have to figure out some other ways. Okay, so this is what happens, and this is all about me. So what I did, and the kind of the way we operated the startup in the last 5 to 6 years, and what were the pain points, and the difficulties that we face at this point of time, and how we are changing our revenue model with the time, and how we need to change and adapt to the situations that we have at this point of time, right? So I think this is all about me, but about entrepreneurship, what it is and how you can start, and what it is, what it is and how you can start, and get the exposure, so that you can learn something from it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, we have around 30 minutes left, and after that we will have a 20 minutes of session for Q&A. Okay, so so the next slide is, okay, there's more. So this is what we call as entrepreneurship. Okay, you can see here that entrepreneurship is all about solving real life problems. Okay, and through that real life problems, you are coming up with a revenue model, a real business model out of it. Okay, in terms of monetary, in monetary terms, you are coming out of a model. So this is what entrepreneur. You have to solve a real life problem, and that is what an entrepreneur do. Okay, so entrepreneurship can be in different ways. You can be a social entrepreneur or general entrepreneur, depending on what you wanted to do in your life. It really depends on you. You have heard of various NGOs are there. Basically, they are social entrepreneurs. There are social entrepreneurs who are offering profit enterprise as well. They are providing social services, but they are a profitable organization as well. Okay, so one of the company which is a social based profit enterprise is Selco. So Selco is in, you can check it out in Google or in YouTube, you will find this company. It's a very innovative company by Harish Hande, who is an IIT Kharagpur entrepreneur. He's an alumni. And so he started his company called Selco. And what they are offering is that they are offering these solar panel installation services to very low economic people. So especially in villages and all, because the why we call it as innovation is that because when we think of solar panel installation, people used to think that okay, this can be installed only to those who have some sort of money, who have high purchasing power. Okay, but the kind of innovation, especially the way they have been providing loan to these people, and the way they install these panels to their to a lot of people in the villages is very innovative. You can check it out. I will not go into deep because we have very less time. But you, if
So,
yeah,
so I sincerely apologize to cut you off in between, but we have bilingual audience. So if you could please use Hindi as well, if you are comfortable with it.
okay, sure.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So what we can do is that okay, I was talking about this. So in Selco आप देख सकते हो, आप अगर आपको जरूरत हो तो आप चेकआउट भी कर सकते हो वेबसाइट पे, राइट? देन it's general entrepreneurship. We all are aware of Infosys and Microsoft, right? So these are general entrepreneurship where there is involvement of funds and acquiring economics is involved in it. Okay, we are hiring employees for working. Okay, so this is what the general, you all are aware of the kind of services that I am offering. Okay, so this is Infosys, Microsoft. All these companies are where economics is involved. Okay, where there is acquiring of other startups, all these kind of things are there. This is general entrepreneurship. Okay, basically it is based on economy. It is done for of, by high funds and all. So so the next slide is why we should start up in college. Okay, हमें क्यों start करना चाहिए college में? Look, first the first thing is that कि आप जब when you will start it in college, what happens is that you will surely going to get some kind of exposure, and you will learn that how things, you will get some kind of experience. Okay, so that you will start gaining and learning some kind of some things that you have not learned before. So you should, this is the point of time where you are free, you don't have any external pressures on you, you have very free time. Okay, so you can what you can do is that you can interact with your friends, आप लोग friends अपने interaction कर सकते हो, and then you can start up something you can think of. If you are not starting up, it's not necessary that you should start. Okay, what necessary is that at least you should think of doing something. Okay, and because you have resources at this point of time, you have also lot of time available to you, and you have people, because when you will pass out from the college, it is very difficult to find someone with having the same interest as you are in. So it's not necessary that you will partner with someone who is from the same branch. You can partner with anyone who you think that have the same interest like you. Okay, so this is what you can do. You can start because if you wanted to explore something, you wanted to gain some industry experience, you need to do something like that, and just get into whatever you feel that okay, let's start something, let's do something. As like a lot of clubs are there in your college. आपके जो कॉलेज में इतने सारे क्लब्स हैं, तो वो भी जो कर रहे हैं, तो एक तरह का वो भी एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि दे व्हाट दे आर डूइंग इज दैट दे आर लर्निंग समथिंग। ओके, कि उन्हें इवेंट कैसे ऑर्गेनाइज करने हैं, कैसे फंड्स रेज करने हैं, कैसे उन्हें पूरा इवेंट ऑर्गेनाइज करना है, कैसे मैनेज करना है। तो वो सारी चीजें सीख रहे हैं एक तरीके से। सो अगर आपको भी लगता है कि आपको कुछ ऐसा सीखना है, आपको कुछ ऐसा करना है, तो आप, ये बहुत जरूरी है कि इनोवेशन का मतलब ही यही होता है कि आप एक डिपार्टमेंट का आदमी दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट के साथ काम कर सके। ओके, सो आपने बहुत सारे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स देखे होंगे हॉस्पिटल्स में, जो कि आपकी हार्ट बीट चेक कर लेते हैं और नर्व्स चेक कर लेते हैं। वो कैसे होता है? बिकॉज जो बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का स्टूडेंट है, उसने कंप्यूटर साइंस स्टूडेंट के साथ इनोवेशन किया। ओके, जो कंप्यूटर साइंस का स्टूडेंट है, जो कोड करता है, उसने बायोटेक्नोलॉजी वाले के साथ इनोवेट किया, उसने उससे बात किया, उसने अंडरस्टैंड किया कि ओके यार, हार्ट बीट्स कैसे मूव करती हैं, कितने मिनट में कितनी हार्ट बीट होती हैं, वहां से उसने अंडरस्टैंड किया, एंड देन ही कम अप विद अ कोड। ओके, द सेम थिंग इज हैपनिंग विद इन आवर होम। आप घर में भी अपने दे सकते हैं दैट नाउ मोबाइल से हम सब कुछ कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। So how this is happening? Because someone from the electrical engineering department has innovated with computer science. Okay, so he used to tell that okay, कैसे होता है, क्या चीज होता है. So he will write code according to, he will then come up with some kind of code, and then you can track everything from mobile. So this is what the innovation is. Innovation means that you can pick out something. Okay, you can pick out something and use it for further purpose. जैसे आपने सुना होगा अभी कोविड के समय में जो ट्रेन के डिपार्टमेंट्स थे, जो अपने ट्रेन के डब्बे होते हैं, उनको बेसिकली यूज किया गया था कोविड हॉस्पिटल्स की तरह, राइट? सो यही चीज इनोवेशन है कि आपको मतलब सोचना है कि उसको हम कैसे दूसरे तरीके से यूज कर सकते हैं। जैसे कोई ट्रेन का डब्बा, किसी ने सोचा भी नहीं होगा कि हम इसको मतलब हॉस्पिटल्स की तरह यूज कर सकते हैं या फिर स्पेस ले सकते हैं उसका। ओके, सो इस चीज को आप मतलब जब भी आप इनोवेशन शब्द समझते हैं तो आप इस चीज़ को समझे कि यही इनोवेशन होता है कि आप किसी भी चीज़ को कितनी तरीके से यूज़ कर सकते हैं। ओके, so the next slide is never start up alone. Look, I'm not saying that it is. I believe in that. But what happens is that when you will start up alone, you need lot of commitment and lot of confidence within yourself. Because जब आपका टाइम तो जब आपका हाई टाइम होता है तब तो आपको किसी की जरूरत नहीं होती, लेकिन जब आपका लो टाइम होता है देन यू नीड समवन. ओके, सो इट्स नॉट नेसेसरी दैट यू आर स्टार्टिंग अप अलोन, दैट देन यू शुड हैव सम फ्रेंड. अगर आपको कोई फ्रेंड ही होना चाहिए. बट आई विल सजेस्ट दैट व्हेन यू आर स्टार्टिंग अप, if you starting up alone, at least you have some kind of mentor. ओके, आपको कोई ना कोई मेंटर होना चाहिए जो कि उस फील्ड में एक्सपीरियंस्ड हो, उसके कुछ एक्सपीरियंसेस हो, और वो आपको कुछ अपनी जो भी एक्सपीरियंस है वो शेयर कर सके. अगर आप अकेले भी कर रहे हैं तो वो भी ठीक है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, लेकिन आपका एटलीस्ट कोई ना कोई मेंटर होना चाहिए. क्योंकि अगर आप अकेले स्टार्ट करते हो तो क्या होता है कि आप हो सकता है कि आप लर्न करते करते एक सर्टेन डेस्टिनेशन तक तो पहुंच जाओ, लेकिन एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन में इतना समय लग जाएगा आपको कि आपका टाइम काफ़ी निकल जाएगा. लेकिन अगर आपको कोई मेंटर होगा तो आपको वो थोड़ा गाइड कर सकता है कि ओके ये चीज़ नहीं कर सकते या फिर ये नहीं करते हैं. तो मतलब आपके साथ कोई ना कोई ऐसा होना चाहिए जिसके साथ आप अपने आइडियाज़ को डिस्कस कर सकते हैं, भले ही आप अकेले स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं. ओके, बिकॉज़ जब लो टाइम आता है तब आपको थिंक करना पड़ता है कि अच्छा ठीक है यार, यहाँ पे क्या कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि हर चीज़ आप खुद नहीं कर सकते. आप अपना बिज़नेस भी सँभाल रहे हो और जो फंड्स की रिक्वायरमेंट भी आपको खुद ही देखनी है, हर चीज़ आपको खुद देखनी है. तो कोई ना कोई आपका मेंटर या फिर आपका फ्रेंड या फिर जो कोई ना कोई आप ऐसा देखें जो कि उस फील्ड में आप जो उसको एक्सपीरियंस हो और आप उससे कुछ ना कुछ ले सकें. ओके, जिससे कि जब भी आपको टफ टाइम आए या फिर टफ टाइम नहीं भी है, अच्छा टाइम भी है, तो भी आप कुछ ना कुछ लर्न कर सकें, समझ सकें और वो खुद ही वो चीज़ कर रहे हो, सो दैट वो आपको थोड़ा गाइड कर सकें. ओके, तो दिस इज़ बहुत ही फ़नी मीम है. तो क्या होता है कि जब भी हम स्टार्टअप की बात करते हैं, तो जो नेक्स्ट चीज़ आती है स्टार्टअप मतलब फंडिंग, जो जो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ग्लैमरस और फैंसी हमको लगता है. जब भी हम किसी स्टूडेंट से बात करते हैं, तो वो यही बोलता है स्टार्टअप मतलब फंडिंग. ओके, स्टार्टअप हो गया तो फंडिंग हुई क्या? ओके, ये चीज़ रहती है. सो क्या होता है कि जो लोग मतलब जो भी स्टूडेंट्स इस तरह से बोल रहे हैं, तो आप मतलब इसी तरीके से होते हैं. एक बच्चा जैसे बोल रहा है, आपको फनी लग रहा है कि यार ये कैसे लिखा हुआ वी नीड द मनी बाय टुनाइट. ओके, सो what needed is that you need to first understand what the business is. Okay, it doesn't mean it's not a template that if you are starting up you need to be get funded. What needed is that you need to first understand the business. Okay, suppose if you will ask me that, sir, give me just 1 lakh rupees, and you have no idea that what you want to do with it, so what's the point of getting that kind of money? Okay, you wanted to organize some kind of event, you must be aware of that. Okay, I will if I will get some funds or some amount of money, I will be using there and there and there. And but if you are not aware, you have just started the company and you are not getting any kind of experience and you are just running for funding, that's not make sense and not make at all any point for that. Okay, so this is you need to understand that you need to understand the economics behind it. You need to understand the business initially, the how you is unit economics is parallel with your business. Are you able to get the returns on your investment? All these things you have to understand initially, and then you get to start the company. Okay, so this is what happens is that when you get the cash, you have no idea what you are going to do with that. Okay, so this is what I said, that when you get started, you have to understand that how you where you will going to use that money. Okay, and you will going to understand that only if you will put time on your startup and understand every insights and एवरीथिंग. जरूरी है कि जब आप फंडिंग की बात करें, फंडिंग देखिए क्या होता है कि जब बड़े बड़े जो स्टार्टअप सुन रहे हैं, आप वेंचर कैपिटल फंड्स लेते हैं, दे हैव अ वेरी हाई विजन. ओके, दे आर आल्सो इन लॉस, वो भी बहुत लॉस में है, 40 40 50 50 करोड़ के लॉस में है. लेकिन क्योंकि दे वांटेड टू स्केल और कैप्चर फुल इंडिया, मतलब वो पूरे इंडिया में अपनी सर्विसेज देना चाह रहे हैं, इसलिए उनको वेंचर कैपिटल की जरूरत पड़ती है. और क्योंकि उनका विजन भी काफी हाई है. Okay, they are not here for just 5 or 10 years. They are planning to do that. Okay, I need to expand my service. Suppose I had been offering my services in 6 cities initially, and I wanted to expand it to more cities, and I don't have funds. मेरे पास funds नहीं है. Then I can think of go to angel investors and venture capitals to that. Okay, I have invested. मैंने 6 cities में expand कर दिया है. Now this is my balance sheet. This is the profit that I have, and now I wanted to expand it to further cities in metro cities, and I need funds for that. So then understanding everything, then there is a sense of going to venture capital and raising more funds on that. So what you need is, you do not need clarity, okay, you do not need funding at this point of time. What you need is clarity and better revenue model. Okay, so when you will have a clarity about your business, okay, then there are a lot of investors. So everyone wanted to earn money from your business. Okay, people are investing in good businesses so that they can get रिटर्न्स. ओके, आप लोग भी अपने किसी बैंक में डालते हो, एफडी डालते हो, तो आप भी उससे चाहते हो ब्याज कुछ ना कुछ मिले, तो आप वहां किसी भी बैंक में क्यों डालते हो अपना पैसा? क्योंकि आपको पता है कि वो जो बैंक है वो आपको 1 साल में या 2 साल में इतना आपको रिटर्न देगा, 10%, 15%। ओके, क्यों आप भी तो इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो ना। तो इसी तरीके से इन्वेस्टर का भी माइंड होता है, जब वो इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है आपकी कंपनी में, तो वो भी प्रॉफिट चाहता है आपसे। ओके, तो आपको फंडिंग के पीछे आप मत दौड़ो, आप पहले तो अपने बिजनेस मॉडल को सुधारो, आप क्लैरिटी देखो, आपको क्लैरिटी है कि आप जो बिजनेस कर रहे हो, आपको उसकी क्लैरिटी है कि कैसे होता है, क्या होता है, आपके जो यूजर्स है वो कैसे हैं, आपके पास कितना फंड्स है, आप कितना रिटर्न आपको आ रहा है, जितना आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो उस पर कितना रिटर्न आ रहा है, आपका रेवेन्यू मॉडल क्या है, अगर आप एक्सपैंड करते हो दूसरी सिटीज में, आपको तब कितना पैसा लगेगा, और अगर आपके पास इतना पैसा लगेगा तो कितने साल में आप उसको रिकवर कर लोगे। ओके, ये सारी चीजें आपको देखनी पड़ेगी। Okay, so you need clarity and better revenue model, not confidence. Okay, so what happens is that people just get started, और startup हो जाता है और confidence उनको हो जाता है, ठीक है, कि by confidence they started, they will, अब वो मतलब कुछ भी बताते हैं startup के बारे में। So आपको आपको clarity रखनी है। confidence, look, if you have confidence without clarity, that is a disaster. Okay, first you should have clarity, and then confidence will come up with time. Okay, that is the byproduct of clarity. If you will have clarity, अगर आपको किसी चीज की क्लैरिटी होती है तो आप के अंदर कॉन्फिडेंस अपने आप होता है। अगर आपको किसी चीज की क्लैरिटी नहीं है तो आप हमेशा अटकते हो बीच में बोलते हुए समय, समझ रहे हैं आप? तो पहले आप क्लैरिटी रखिए, कॉन्फिडेंस आपको अपने आप आएगा। सो यू शुड हैव क्लैरिटी बट नॉट कॉन्फिडेंस। ओके, इफ यू आर नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग द बिजनेस एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम। So this is all from my end, and I think around 40 minutes have been passed on. So I will now hand over to the volunteers. If students have any questions, they can throw up questions, and we can have a Q&A session, and I can respond to that.
Yes, sir. There are appreciations about your dynamics and about how you started your startup. Jyotendra Singh from first year CSE branch asks, how can a college student start working with these kinds of ideas without affecting their studies?
Okay, in college.
Yes, sir. How can a college student start working?
Okay, so first of all, I think you need to एक्सप्लोर लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, व्हाट यू लाइक, आपको क्या पसंद है क्या नहीं पसंद है। और जब आपको लगता है कि अच्छा ठीक है मुझे ये चीज़ें पसंद है, और या फिर यहाँ पे मेरा इंटरेस्ट है, तो आप ज़रूर एक्सपेरिमेंट करिए। आजकल तो देखिए, कुछ भी चीज़ आपको स्टार्ट करने के लिए सबसे जो बड़ी चीज़ होती है और सबसे जो हार्ड चीज़ है वो है स्टार्ट। इसीलिए स्टार्टअप कहा जाता है कि द बिग, अगर आप स्टार्ट कर लेते हो ना, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोगों का समय तो इसलिए निकल जाता है क्योंकि वो सोचते रह जाते हैं कि हमें स्टार्ट करना है कि नहीं करना है, करना है कि नहीं करना है। ओके, तो आप जो भी सोच रहे हो आप एक बार ट्राई करके देखो। देखो, आप ट्राई करोगे तो कुछ जाएगा तो नहीं आपका, ठीक है? जितना भी पास आप जस्ट स्टार्ट करो। और बहुत सारे आप देखोगे इंक्यूबेशन सेल्स होते हैं। तो आप, अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ, आपको कुछ फंड्स की ज़रूरत है, ओके, तो आप इंक्यूबेशन सेल्स में जा सकते हो। या फिर अगर आप छोटा-मोटा कुछ स्टार्ट भी कर रहे हो, तो इतना आप अपने फैमिली मेंबर से हेल्प ले सकते हो या अपने फ्रेंड से हेल्प ले सकते हो, या अगर आप 2-3 लोग साथ में कर रहे हो कुछ, तो आप खुद थोड़ा-सा रेज़ कर सकते हो। क्योंकि इनिशियली स्टार्ट करने में इतना नहीं लगता पैसा, ओके। लेकिन अगर आप जब कुछ प्लान कर लेते हो और आप थोड़ा, आपने 5-6 महीने इन्वेस्ट कर लिए हैं और अब आप और थोड़ा और ऊपर जाते हो, तो आपको धीमे-धीमे फंड्स लगने शुरू होते हैं। लेकिन बिज़नेस को अंडरस्टैंड करने के लिए आपको एटलीस्ट 5 से 6 महीने तो सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंड करने में लग जाएगा कि क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, और एग्ज़ीक्यूट करने में लग जाएगा। जब आपको लगता है, उसके बाद अगर आपको लगता है कि हाँ, ये चीज़ सही है और मुझे करना चाहिए, तब आप फंड्स के बारे में और दूसरी चीज़ों के बारे में सोचिए। लेकिन मेरा एडवाइस ये है कि पहले आप एक्सप्लोर ज़रूर कर लें, और वो तभी होगा जब आप एक्सपेरिमेंट करेंगे। लाइक जब मैं कॉलेज में था, तो मैं भी जब आया था, तो यही चीज़ थी कि सब गेट करते थे, तो मैं भी सोचता था कि ठीक है, मुझे गेट करना है, ठीक है? फिर बाय द एंड ऑफ सेकंड ईयर आई पार्टिसिपेटेड एट आईआईटी कानपुर। देन तब मुझे वहाँ कुछ एक्सप्लोरेशन हुआ, एक्सप्लोर किया मैंने वहाँ पर। उसके बाद फिर मैं वापस आया, तो फिर मुझे लगा नहीं है, मुझे एमबीए करना है। देन आई स्टार्टेड प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर कैट एंड एमबीए। After that, in third year, I again participated at IIT Bombay. Luckily, we were ranked, I think, sixth or seventh. 97 colleges have participated there, so we were ranked, and we went for the final presentation. So then, आई थिंक 2 और 3 ऐसे फेस्टिवल्स थे जहाँ मैंने पार्टिसिपेट किया, तो मुझे लगा कि ठीक है, कुछ तो चीज़ है, मतलब एग्जीक्यूट कर सकता हूँ मैं, ऐसा नहीं है। तो फिर मतलब मैंने सोचा कि अच्छा ठीक है, क्या कर सकते हैं। तब उस समय इंटरनेट धीमे-धीमे आने लगा था। तो बहुत सारी आईटी कंपनीज़ खुल रही थी और इंटरनेट कंपनीज़ खुल रही थी, और ज़ोमैटो आई थी उस समय और इस तरह। तो मैंने भी सोचा कि ठीक है, हम एक बार ट्राई करके देखते हैं क्या है, कैसा है। ओके, सो फिर उस ऐसे मैंने स्टार्ट किया, फिर धीमे-धीमे अंडरस्टैंड किया, और बाकी तो मैंने आपको बता ही दिया। तो आप एग्जीक्यूट करिए और एक्सपेरिमेंट करिए, और स्टार्ट करते समय ज़रा सोचिए मत, जो भी आपको करना है एक बार ट्राई करके देखिए।
So, since you have mentioned about incubation centers, there's an attendee asking about that this lack of incubation centers in colleges like us that restricts us from easy exposure.
Mhm.
So, how can we get into that atmosphere of startup and where should we direct ourselves?
I think what you can do is that this is what I said, that you should participate at a lot of online and offline events used to happen at IITs. I think IITs are the best thing where you can go. This is where I can find my interest. You should participate in a lot of festivals that are happening there. You should interact with students who are organizing these kind of events. Either a lot of IIT coordinators are also participating. You should interact, should find your interest, and a lot of incubation centers are also there in IITs. Okay, local incubation centers are there. So I would say, that is what I'm saying, that you should first interact. आप अपनी networking अच्छी करो. You should network with other students who are doing the same kind of things. You can, and now there are a lot of opportunities are there. Okay, you have LinkedIn, you have other social media sites where you can easily interact. When we have, they were not, they were internet, but इतनी facilities नहीं थी, तो हमको मतलब ऑफलाइन ही जाके लोगों से मिलना पड़ता था। तो अभी आप क्या कर सकते हो, अभी आप सोशल मीडिया थोड़ा सा यूज करो, लाइक लिंक्डइन पे आपको प्रोफेशनल्स मिल जाएंगे जो स्टार्टअप्स में होते हैं, आईआईटीज के स्टूडेंट्स मिल जाएंगे। आप कोशिश करो कि जो ऑफलाइन इवेंट्स होते हैं आईआईटीज में, वहां आप जाके पार्टिसिपेट करो, क्योंकि वहां पे क्या होता है कि वहां पे एक तो काफी अच्छे इंडस्ट्री एक्सपर्ट्स भी आते हैं टॉक्स के लिए, तो आपको थोड़ा रियल इंसाइट मिलता है। और फिर वहाँ पे स्टूडेंट्स भी आते हैं, तो आप दूसरे स्टूडेंट से भी इंटरेक्शन कर सकते हो और एक रियल एक्सपोजर मिलता है। और अगर आप और ज़्यादा करना चाहते हो, तो जैसे यहाँ पे क्लब्स हैं, जो भी अभी क्लब्स खुले हैं, उनमें आप कुछ ना कुछ करो, कुछ ऑर्गेनाइज करने की कोशिश करो, तो वो भी चीज़ आपको काफ़ी हेल्प करेगी।
So, this is my question that
हम्म।
is meme marketing a good to go option in today's scenario for freshers like us?
हाँ, मीम, लाइक जब अभी मुझे लगता है 1-2 साल हो गया है जो मीम जब से शुरू हुआ है। हाँ, लॉट ऑफ, अगर आप देखोगे, पहले तो ट्रेडिशनल नहीं था मीम मार्केटिंग, लेकिन हाँ, अब बहुत ही ज़्यादा, एक तो वायरल भी होता है और बहुत ज़्यादा रीच भी जाती है इसकी, और लोगों ने भी एक्सेप्ट करना शुरू कर दिया है। तो जैसे आप देखते भी होंगे ट्विटर पे या फिर और दूसरी साइट्स पे मीम मार्केटिंग चलती रहती है। तो बहुत मुझे तो लगता है कि हाँ, अगर सही मतलब अगर उसको ऐसा हम प्रेज़ेंट कर रहे हैं जो कि फ़नी है, या फिर ऐसा कुछ है जिसमें लोगों को सोचना पड़ रहा है, तो बिल्कुल इफ़ेक्टिव है, मुझे तो ऐसा लगता है।
Sir, there's a question from Ayush Dongre that how you get your idea for your startup.
देख, मेरे पास एक्चुअल में ऐसा कोई आइडिया तो नहीं था, मैंने कुछ आइडिया तो नहीं सोचा था, लेकिन मुझे ऐसा था कि मुझे इंटरनेट रिलेटेड कुछ करना है, समथिंग ऐप रिलेटेड जो कि उस समय चल रहा था, ट्रेंड में था जो, लाइक ज़ोमैटो और दूसरी कंपनीज़ उस समय आ रही थी। तो मैंने भी सोचा कि क्योंकि क्या हो रहा था उस समय, चीज़ों को ऑर्गनाइज़ किया जा रहा था, और अभी भी वही चीज़ें चल रही हैं। तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें जो ऑफ़लाइन थी, अब उन सब चीज़ों को ऑनलाइन पेश किया जा रहा था। ओके, तो उस समय ट्रेंड में यही चीज़ थी, तो मुझे पहले लगा कि क्या करना चाहिए, तो मैंने भी इनिशियली सोचा कि ठीक है, ज़ोमैटो जैसा कुछ करते हैं। देन फिर मुझे किसी ने बताया कि मतलब इसकी भी नीड बहुत है, मतलब इलेक्ट्रीशियन, प्लम्बर्स नहीं मिलते हैं। तो तब मुझे लगा कि ठीक है यार, इसको देखते हैं, एक्सप्लोर करते हैं। तब मुझे लग रहा था डिफ़िकल्ट है काफ़ी, क्योंकि जो इलेक्ट्रीशियन, प्लम्बर्स होते हैं नॉर्मली, वो इतना मतलब उनको ऑनबोर्ड करना और उनको समझाना, इस तरह की चीज़ें बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होती हैं। लेकिन मैंने उसको एक चैलेंज की तरह लिया कि देखते हैं, करके देखते हैं, 6-7 महीने करेंगे। अगर नहीं कुछ करता, तो मैं प्लान भी मैंने रखा था कि ठीक है, मैं एमबीए करूँगा या कुछ भी ऐसा करूँगा। तो मैंने पहले 18 मंथ अपने को दिए थे, 18 मंथ्स, कि मैं एटलीस्ट स्टार्ट तो करूँगा ही, और स्टार्ट करके देखूँगा कि किस तरह से क्या होता है। एंड लाइक फॉर द इन्फॉर्मेशन, मैंने मतलब अपने पेरेंट्स से 80,000 रुपीज़ इनिशियली लिए थे कि मैं एटलीस्ट फॉर 18 months ट्राई करूंगा और फिर परमिशन लेके कि ठीक है, अगर मुझे नहीं होता है ठीक ठाक तो फिर मैं कुछ और देख सकता हूँ।
Sir, there's another question from an attendee that many of the students think that we require a lot of capital to start a startup apart from the idea. So, what are your views on this?
मैंने यही चीज़ आपको समझाई कि जो मैंने आपको मीम शो किया था बच्चे का, तो उसमें यही चीज़ें थी कि जब भी हम स्टार्टअप की बात करते हैं तो हमेशा सेकंड वर्ड आता है फंडिंग का। ओके, जबकि ऐसा नहीं है। क्या होता है कि जनरली देखिए आईटी से भी जो स्टूडेंट्स ऐसा स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं और बड़े स्टार्टअप्स हो जाते हैं, अगर आप उनकी बैलेंस शीट उठाओगे तो बहुत सारे स्टार्टअप्स जो हैं वो लॉस में हैं। ओके, क्योंकि हम स्टार्ट करते ही सोचते हैं कि हम सीधे पूरे इंडिया में मतलब अपनी सर्विसेज़ ऑफ़र करने लगेंगे। लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है। आपको जो भी स्टार्ट करना है आप इनिशियली स्टार्ट करो, और बहुत से ऐसे स्टार्टअप्स हैं जो आप देखोगे कि उन्होंने बिना फंड्स के प्रॉफिटेबल हुए हैं, बहुत अच्छे-अच्छे स्टार्टअप्स। लेकिन एक चीज़ और भी है जो अगर आप एक चीज़ देखोगे कि इंडिया और यूएस में बहुत अंतर है, ओके? हम ज जनरली जो भी चीज़ें उठाते हैं सब यूएस से उठाते हैं, यूएस या यूरोपियन कंट्रीज़ से, वहाँ जो चीज़ें ट्रेंडिंग में होती हैं, हम उसको ही पिक करते हैं। लेकिन हम उस चीज़ को नेग्लेक्ट कर देते हैं कि वहाँ के अगर आप देखोगे परचेज़िंग पावर कितनी है और यहाँ की क्या है, ओके? यहाँ पे अगर आप आईफ़ोन खरीदो तो आप एक बार सोचते हो कि हाँ यार, मुझे आईफ़ोन खरीदना है कि नहीं खरीदना है। लेकिन अगर आप यूरोप मतलब उनके पास प्रॉब्लम तो आएगी, क्योंकि ऑलरेडी प्लेयर्स होते हैं मार्केट में, ओके, जिनको आपको स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, और इनिशियल मुझे नहीं लगता कि इतना इनिशियल कैपिटल की ज़रूरत होती है। स्टार्ट एग्ज़ीक्यूट करने के लिए तो आपको कुछ भी नहीं लगता। अगर आप जब ठान लेते हो कि हाँ, मुझे करना है, ओके, अब आप टाइम दे देते हो अपने को, हाँ, मैं 12 या 18 महीने करूँगा, तब आपको हो सकता है कि थोड़ा बहुत पैसा लगे मार्केटिंग करने के लिए, अपने कस्टमर्स तक रीच आउट करने के लिए। क्योंकि जब मैं स्टार्ट किया था तो हम लोग सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग नहीं करते थे। हमने इनिशियली पोस्टर्स अपने बनवाए, प्रिंट करवाए, हम ना डोर टू डोर हमने जो अपने पोस्टर्स थे वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किए। इस तरह से हमने स्टार्ट किया था। फिर तो हमने 6 महीने से 8 महीने जब बीत गए, उसके बाद फिर हमने सोशल मीडिया मार्केटिंग स्टार्ट की। सो जब भी आप स्टार्ट करें तो ऐसा कोई ज़रूरी नहीं है, लेकिन आप जब कमिटेड हो जाते हैं तब आपको हो सकता है फंड्स की ज़रूरत पड़े। हेलो? थैंक यू, थैंक यू।